Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shout out the Bills Mafia! It's a house flag! It's a house flag!
Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the Mafia, yeah. Reppin' the Mafia, Bills, Mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Homie, now listen. Everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we trippin'. They better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin'. We on a mission. Got an unstoppable team. Continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the Mafia, yeah. Reppin' the Mafia, Bills, Mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo.
And a good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Coast to Coast podcast. I am your co-host, Beyond 716, as well here with the one, the only Whittle 2K. 18 days, Whittle, till we kick it all off against Houston. We are under 20 days. It gets closer and closer. I'm feeling the anticipation. It's a little bit unusual. We got an even longer layoff than usual between the game tomorrow, our last preseason game, and week one, but I think that could be a good thing. But the build up to this Houston Buffalo showdown is going to be great. So what do we have to talk about today? Well, quite a bit. We'll talk about the Bills Browns. We'll talk about some key battles. Whittle's going to get deep on some evals from the game this week in Cleveland. We'll talk about some of the comments made this week by the coaching staff, and we'll get into some others. We want to hear from you out there as well in our group chat. You guys are the best. Please like and subscribe to us on YouTube or all of our platforms. Whittle, how are you this evening? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm very good. I enjoyed watching that Bills Browns game. I enjoyed the replay more than when I sat down to watch it originally. You go back and you watch it again, whether it's all 22 or whatever. You pick up on things that you miss. There's some things that you watch that you really want to, like I went back and I said, let me watch the linebackers today and the offensive line. So that's what I'm paying attention to on this replay.
Yeah. Great to see you, Michael. I love that. I love that. That gets me going. Let's go.
Yeah, I asked Leo, the Texans fan. I said, Leo, you good at math? He says, yeah, I'm good at math. I said, cool. I got a math question for you. What does 17 plus 2 equal? He said, 17 plus 2, that's 19. I said, no, it equals 7. And Lee Shaw said, no, it's 6. It's 6. I said, oh, yeah, that's right. You need 16 to get the extra 1.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
speaking, Leo's the best. Speaking of Leishon, when we do our intro, when I see that little silhouette of Leishon, it gets me fired up every time. Like as soon as I saw that today, I was like, "Yep, we're getting close to the season, everyone." So let's go.
And we open the season in Houston. Leishon is going. Patrick's going. Like there's a few Bills fans obviously going to go. I believe she's going to be going down there too. So make sure you tune into the My Files. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. Listen, we're going to be represented well. I'm sure Sarah's going to be there. Shout out to Sarah. She does not miss games.
She's got a long streak going, right? Doesn't she? Over
100 games, bro. Over 100 games in a row.
Wow.
So I'm sure a ton of Sherm, I'm sure, is going to be there as well. It's a ton of Bills fans that travel all over the place. So shout out to all of y'all, man. Safe travels. We'll talk a little bit more about the Texans next week on our show. But you brought this up, Big Dog. What's going on, man?
The dog. What's up?
Yeah, like I think they did us a favor. Like if I look at the schedule, especially, week 1, like we get an extra like 3 days to prepare strictly for the Texans. Like I'm sure we're going to talk about the 53, 100%. Yep. The 53, I'm sure it's already done. I'm sure that they kind of know already who 45 of the 53 guys are, right? There's just a couple of bubble spots that are available, and outside of that, most of these guys are locks, right? The running backs, like the top 2 backs, they're locks. The top 5 wide receivers, they're locks. The top 8 offensive linemen, they're locks.
Yep.
Same thing throughout the room, throughout the rooms. I think maybe linebacker 4 and 5 are a battle. Maybe safety 5 is a battle. Safety 5 and 6, I guess, will be a battle. But I mean, we know who's making it. You know most of the corners already. You know the nickels. Like the nickels are locked. D. Alford, and Jordan Hancock. Those guys are locked. Like that's a lock. The tight ends is a lock. No, we know the tight ends that are making it. So the kicker, the punter. I mean, I think you drafted Tommy Doman. He's going to be the punter this year, unless he screws up. And if that's the case, we'll just bring Mitch back off the. I'm sure Mitch will be on a practice squad. If something happens with Doman and he's shanking the balls left and right, even though I don't expect to punt a lot, maybe in week 1, but not too many years for that. Yeah, outside of that, man, that's it. I mean, we'll bring these guys on, but to get back to that's a lot of to get back to the overarching point. That's a big. That's a nice chunk of time to get ready and prepared for, a big game like that. The Texans week 1 in Houston, a place that Josh Allen struggled. That's a big opportunity to really drill down on what you want to do, how you want to execute. And, I'm glad they have that time. We also have a nice big break between weeks 2 and 3, right? Short week for Detroit, but Detroit's coming to play us in our building, home opener. So we got the juice for that. I mean, we've beaten Detroit the last 5 times in a row. So, hopefully we'll be able to stand up and still do that. They've lost a ton of players. You got a nice big jump, a nice big 8-day window, 8-9 days to get ready for the Chargers, who are flying across country to Buffalo to play at what is that? I think that's
them,
1 o'clock.
It's a 1 for them. It's 10 a.m.
So 10 a.m. for
right.
10 a.m. for for that team and Mike McDaniel. So we kind of know what Mike McDaniel likes to do as a play caller. So yeah, man. We got the Ravens after a bye. So that's those are big. Those are pretty good rest advantages to plan and prepare for these teams that we're playing. But back to the Browns game, man. I was pretty impressed with the second unit and third unit guys. Some guys that kind of stood out for me. I mean, I heard mixed reviews about TJ Parker. I went back and watched it. I'm like, I didn't think TJ Parker was bad. I thought he was good. I thought he was solid.
Yeah.
Javon Solomon still impresses.
Yes. Yes.
Who else? Sherfield has some huge catches, which is like you kind of owe us, big dog, because in 2023 you couldn't catch a Cole in the playoffs, but you know,
yeah. Well, it seemed like a pandemic in that game for some of our other
yeah.
receivers too.
Jamori Macklin, big
Mm-hmm.
huge game, and I don't know if you saw his interview with One Bills Drive, but like his family was there as well, so that was nice. You get to show out for your family. That was really, really nice. Who else?
And he's Jeremy Macklin's nephew, isn't he? Jamari?
They're cousins. They're cousins.
Sorry. Yes.
Yep. They're cousins. Yep. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I loved it.
Who else? Greg Gaines and Dwayne Carter. Like I thought those guys played. I thought those guys were good. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but Eric from Cover One did a breakdown of Greg Gaines and Dwayne Carter's play, and he just, go and check it out, please, because he's breaking it down and telling you exactly what's happening, and it is you can see the coaching imprint on these players. They are using their arms to keep to keep the offensive lineman keep the offensive lineman from getting a hold of their core, and when they need to disengage, they using their eyes in the backfield to keep an eye on where the ball is and where it's going, so they know when to disengage and which direction to disengage in order to make a play, and they're making plays. They made some really good plays in the run game. And honestly, the way Gaines and Walker and Dwayne Carter have played on the inside, the way that they've kind of eaten double teams and just occupied space, like you watch it and you see how clean the linebackers are when they can just pick the gap, shoot it, and make plays. So it's definitely different than what we're used to over the last few years, because defending and run was kind of like a gamble. Either we got a TFL or a tackle at the line, or we just missed and the guy was taken off for a big explosive play. But what did you think of the game when you I don't know how many times you watched it, but
No, I just did watch. I watched some of the All-22, and I did watch the game on a replay. But I'll go a couple different angles on this game in terms of what impressed. We have a new coaching staff. We talk about it all off season, right? And granted, it's backups. Granted, it's only August, right? But the preparation, the fact that these guys came out and played such a solid game, I think speaks well to the coaching staff, right? It's just put it as another good check mark on the green on the Joe Brady ledger on his side. It doesn't mean he's going to be great. It doesn't mean he's got it all figured out. Again, we spoke that once he has adversity, how does he handle things? That's where we're all going to really judge where we are with Joe. I mean, week one, he gets right into it with Houston, but just an overall just great effort from, I think what you said about Gaines and Dwayne Carter, that was one of my pain points. What's really behind, where's our depth there? I feel a little bit more at ease about that after this game on Saturday. Something happens up front. So I feel like our depth on the line, in not just the edges, because I always thought our edge depth was good, but now I feel like our internal defensive line depth, you'll get into Landon Jackson and some other guys as well. I just feel like we're so much better in that respect. So like you said, great. We love this time of year because there's always a few stories that pop, right? Macklin's one. Ian Wheeler is another. I mean, how do you not love this guy? I mean, it's unfortunate we're so stacked at running back where, if we needed a number 3, Wheeler, I think, would have a real shot here, Whittle. I don't know if you agree with that, but just a great story to see how he's been playing. And, he's definitely, I'm not sure if he's going to survive at our practice squad. We'll have to see, but I definitely think he'll at least be on the practice squad at very minimum. So,
I wanted to let me drill down on that. Ty Johnson's been out for a while. Don't know exactly when he's going to be back. What do you think of potentially putting, would you be in favor of putting Ty Johnson on the IR for 4 weeks and then starting the season on the IR. Obviously, he's got to stay there for 4 weeks, and then Wheeler is your third back. Would you be open to that, or
I would not mind it. I mean, it's kind of like it's a little bit of this because our first 4 games are very tough, right? This is not, we don't have Jets, Dolphins, Raiders right away. We have Houston, Chargers, Patriots, and Lions. I mean, that's a rough schedule. But I think Wheeler has given us some confidence that, hey, maybe he should be able to at least handle that third role at least for 4 weeks. We all know the Bills are careful with injuries. That's, under Brandon Beane, that's been the way, and I applaud that in a way. You do have to play the long game with this team, and I think Ty Johnson could be a part of our late season. If we're making a push in January, I think I would obviously probably be more comfortable with Ty Johnson in those situations. So we want him right? So why not give Wheeler a chance here and, see what he could do in case we have some other injury or something like that. I mean, I just love the way he popped off the screen. So that in itself. One other thing, it's kind of nice that the other Allen's not playing too bad at quarterback, Whittle. I know it's only preseason, but at least Kyle Allen looks functional. So hopefully that continues. We'll see. I think they still said him and Buechele are sort of a toss-up, but I think it's going to be Allen at this point. But
yeah.
I think that's just coach speak, like you said. I think a lot of these decisions have been made.
Yep. So the thing with Wheeler, like I like what we've seen so far. The question that I have is, what does he look like in pass pro? Because I don't trust James Cook or Ray Davis in pass pro. Like,
that's
I'm
fair.
being honest. So the issue, the Ty Johnson thing does worry me. And it also raises a concern. Like, we really probably need to look into a potential plan for what the Bills post Ty Johnson looks like. And I mean, that sounds weird. Like, I don't want to overinflate what Ty Johnson does, but I don't want to undervalue it either. Like, Ty Johnson, I know he's not James Cook. He's not the All-Pro returner that Ray Davis is, but he's a really good receiver. He's a reliable receiver. He's got a ton of burst after the catch, and he's an excellent pass protector. And let's be honest, man, the Bills, from a talent perspective, top-end talent, we don't compare with the other teams. We don't have a Will Anderson and a Danielle Hunter on defense and a Nico Collins. We don't have those top-end guys, right? We don't have, a Derrick Henry and a Ronnie Staley and a Matabike and all of these guys that are all we don't have those guys. No Chris Jones, no Creed Humphrey, no Travis. Like, we don't have that. But when it comes down to your ones and your twos and your three, like, I think we even things out the further we get down the depth chart. Now, if everybody's healthy, we're at a talent disadvantage. But the one thing that keeps us in contention with these other teams, despite the talent, is the duo in the backfield, James Cook and Josh Allen. As long as we have those two guys healthy and on the field, we have a great chance, because James Cook can carry the ball 10 times and get you 150 yards, right? Yep. He can touch the ball 15 times and have 170 yards of total offense before you blink your eye. 2-3 touchdowns, because the guy's that explosive, especially behind this offensive line. Josh Allen, I mean, nobody's got more touchdowns than this guy since 2016. He was drafted in 2018. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. The team is scoring 28 points per game with Diggs, Davis, Shakir, McKenzie, whatever. And then the team is scoring 28 points with Keon Coleman, Mac Hollins, no Diggs, no DJ. Like, what's the constant there, guys? The constant is Josh. Josh was here when we were throwing the ball up and down the field and putting up tons of points under the Dayball offensive coordinator stick. And Josh is here now under Brady, where we're more of a balanced offense. So the constant is Josh. As long as Josh is healthy, this offense is going to put up points. We have to protect 17. The way you do it is by having Ty Johnson available. I haven't seen enough of Ian Wheeler in blitz pickup or pass pro to really determine, how good he is at it or what my comfort level is. Maybe the coaches have. Maybe they are more comfortable. I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust that, they're with these guys every day, pretty much. So they know. But that's a big – we don't have a ton of injuries. Keon should play. Shout out to Keon. I'm going to wear it. Listen.
I love it.
I'm getting ready for Texans. This guy, Zero, he owns Kamari Lassiter. Putting it
He's
out
going to
there
show.
now.
He's going to show week one. He's going to show.
Yeah, he owns Lassiter. But if we're gonna have Ian Wheeler out there, and the coaching staff is making these decisions, they got to determine whether or not this is what he does from a pass protecting standpoint is adequate. I don't know, but that Ty Johnson injury is huge just for that reason alone, because we do have two explosive backs that can carry an offense, but they're not good. They're not good pass protectors. Ty Johnson is super important, bro. Super important, especially
he is. So we really don't have a backup. I mean, even Frank Gore Jr. Is he good pass protector? I would assume may not be his forte.
Small, bro. He's too small.
Yeah. So maybe who knows? Maybe there's a trade out there. Maybe there's a move that we make on the practice squad to get a guy that could be sort of a Ty Johnson backup. In case, maybe considering his injury, maybe that's something that I wouldn't mind seeing Bean looking into. See if there is a possibility of that we can have that guy available in case Ty gets re-injured.
I mean, maybe the fix is a short-term fix, and because maybe the fix is just a schematic fix. Maybe the plan is to get the ball out a little bit faster. Maybe we go max protection. We put two backs in the backfield, right? Or an extra tight end. Maybe we go 12 and maybe we're in shotgun with two tight ends on the field to help the offensive line contain some of these dominant edge rushers. But listen, I don't know, man. I mean, it's terrible timing because of who we play early. But at the same time, it's like I'd rather him get hurt now and get healthy and be ready for the rest of the year, because he's very important. He's very important to what this team wants to do in the passing game.
Yep. Really is.
So with that being said, because I mean that also that's another spot on the 53 that you got to worry about.
Sure.
But listen, remember, I don't know if you remember, but we'll switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about some of the guys that impressed. Jamori Macklin, when we signed him as the UDFA, I told people, I said, listen, this kid is good. He's a good football player. I originally started watching him because I went to go check out Barry and Brown, who was at Kentucky a few years ago. So I went to go watch him, noticed this kid Macklin. I'm like, man, this kid is he's winning his routes. He's winning his reps, but the quarterback just can't get him the ball. Offensive line wasn't good, et cetera, et cetera. And that's also when I stumbled upon Deion Walker. But I knew he was I knew what his game was like. He's a really good route runner. He can win. he wins like kind of how like Diggs wins. Just an elite level release package. Very he's a very what's the word I'm looking for? Precise. He's a very precise route runner. And geez, man, like the amount of space that he created on Saturday in that Browns game, I mean, dude, like he had guys beat by like 4 or 5 yards. And he's a 4-5 guy. Like he's not a blazing speed guy. He's a 4-5 guy. 5-6 yards, man. Like he's smoking dudes down the field. Just off of the route running and just being able to know when to go and accelerate. And by the time these guys recover, it's too late. The ball's in the air, man. So shout out to Jamori Macklin. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna make the 53, but maybe
it's unless Skylar Bell. Well, Skylar Bell, we do expect him to play tomorrow.
Yep, he's playing tomorrow,
I believe. So, but that I was thinking maybe if he was hurt for an extended period of time, maybe they would hire him and keep him around for a little while. But you're right. You mentioned a great point, Whittle. Precision route running. I don't think it's talked about enough. Everybody obsesses about 40 times, and I get 40 times are important, but you could really make it up with that precision route running. And like you said, get open and create space. Where maybe he didn't look like he has that blazing speed, but it looks like he was fast because he was creating a lot of separation. So,
absolutely.
Yep.
Now this is the other thing. Wide receivers, we know who the top 5 are, right? It's DJ Moore, Shakir, Coleman, Palmer, Bell. Those are your top 5. Now, Shavers is out until probably like December.
Yeah. It's going to be a long-term injury.
Sherfield's there on the bubble, I think. Mecole Hardman, I thought was going to be a lock for this team. His play has put him on the bubble, in my opinion. And Jamori Macklin is there. That is the issue. If you are wide receiver 6, you have to play special teams. I don't know what Jamori Macklin gives you on special teams. Probably nothing, right? Sherfield does play special teams, but he's more of a gunner than he is a return guy. He can return, but he's more of a gunner. Mecole Hardman, not a gunner at all, just a return guy. His hands stink. They stink.
Yeah, they do.
Like he was not able to really confidently catch the football. He's fast. He is fast, but he was not able to confidently catch the ball. And that to me is an issue. Sherfield showed, good speed, good route running, definitely secure hands. He caught, I don't know if you remember, but there was one play, ended up being a first down. I don't know if it was third down or not, but he threw, it was almost like a shallow crosser, intermediate crosser to, and Sherfield catches the football, knows he's going to get popped, holds onto the ball, takes the hit, goes down, first down. I mean, he was pretty good, man. I was impressed. If you had to choose between those 3 guys, knowing that you need the special teams versatility from that position, and you need that guy to be able to come in and give you solid reps of receiver, worst case scenario, who are you selecting?
I have to go Sherfield. I mean, and I love Macklin. I really do. I love, like I said, I would love to make this team. But minimum practice squad. So in case we do have an injury, I think he could fit. But the ability that Sherfield has with special teams, that's not as easy to find as most out there think. So I do believe when you consider we spoke about how the Bills don't usually punt, things like that. Special teams are going to become more important, right? In these kind of close games against really good defenses, New England, Chargers, obviously Houston. I mean, we're going to have some tough, obviously the Rams. I mean, we're going to have a lot of matchups like that. I feel like this staff's going to go with a guy like Sherfield that's been in the league for a while. He knows he's a pro's pro. Does he wow you at the wide receiver position? No, but he's the complete package. I think it's a safe play. for that spot right now. I definitely think it's going to be Sherfield.
I'm going to agree with you there, bro. Like I'm just going to agree because I think that's how it ends up. Not that I wouldn't mind Jamori Macklin there, but I know that the special teams value probably isn't there.
Yeah.
Now Keon's got that foot issue. I don't know if Keon. I don't know if Keon's gonna. Like they said, he should be ready for week 1. Hopefully he is. I think we could utilize him against the Texans. Like I think he's an excellent. I think he's a matchup in the positive for us. Like I think we can run the ball against those guys, but I think him versus Latcher, I think it's really advantage Buffalo. But yeah, so hopefully he's ready. But if he's not, I would consider Sherfield filling out that last spot and then bringing a guy like Macklin because of what he can give you. In my opinion, I think, you know what? He's young and we know what we're getting out of Mecole Hardman, right? We know he's a speed guy. We understand that he's not the greatest route runner. His hands are inconsistent. Macklin, who had drops in college, so far has been pretty sure-handed, man. And his ability to win with technique and route running, like I would prefer that, especially going up against some of the better defenses that we're facing earlier, like the Chargers. That's a good defense. That's a well-coached defense. The Patriots. That's another good secondary group who just, made a trade, sent Keyshawn Butte to the Texans.
Of all teams,
so we got to deal with that. Thanks, New England. And in return, what did they get? They got a safety, Jalen Reed. So, they boasted that secondary a bit. Especially at with safety depth, and it's just something. That's another guy that we have to deal with. So, give me a guy like Macklin who can win with route running, and a quarterback who could deliver him the football. So, that's where I'm at on that. Left guard. I gotta be honest, bro. I went back and watched the Browns game. And, bro, Alec Anderson and Cedric Van Granger were lighting people up. Like they legit, when we were running the foot, when Alec was in the game, I made sure I said, let me pay attention to what Alec and Corbett are doing here, right? When Alec was in the game, it was noticeable how they were just clearing out space. The combo blocks between those two guys, man, they were very, very good. And then those guys were climbing to the second level. Whether the play was going that direction or not, they looked for a defender to put in the grass every single time. Even if the running back wasn't like following them. Like I watch SVP, I watch VPG just light somebody up really for no reason. Like he wasn't even part of the play. He just happened to lock eyes on that target and he just annihilated him. Another guy that's annihilating people is that fullback that we got from
Van Sumeren,
48 or whoever 48 is. I think that's Van Sumeren. I think it is. Let me,
yes,
Ben
Van Sumeren,
bro. He put a hit on somebody. He put a hit on Michael Hall. Oh my God. Let me make sure I got the right guy.
I'm almost positive.
48's the tight end. Shane Zylstra. That's who it was. Shane Zylstra.
Oh, it was Zylstra. He's another hit. Yeah, because I know Van Sumeren had some good moments too. So
yeah. That kid, 48, annihilated Michael Hall.
That was you're right. That was
folded him backwards. Like I was surprised, Mike. I was surprised, Michael. I was happy he didn't get hurt, but I thought he was going to hurt him the way he just literally folded him back on his own legs. And it's wow, like he just Yeah, it was, but that's the difference this year, right? This is a much more aggressive, physical team in comparison to what we're used to seeing out of the Buffalo Bills. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I like it. I really like it.
Yeah, me too.
I really like the direction.
Zylstra's had a pretty solid preseason in camp. Like, it's a numbers game for the Bills. There's just no spot for him with our top three.
Yeah.
But maybe he's a practice squad guy. We'll see how that all shakes out. But he was very solid.
I hope so, because worst case scenario, knock on wood, man. Worst case scenario, if something happens to Jackson Hawes, you need another tight end that can come in and bring the nasty. And that's a guy that he comes in and he brings the nasty for sure. He definitely brings the nasty. So
love it.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe they keep him as more of an H-back. I don't know this Vance. I don't know that what's his name?
Van
Sumeren. I don't know that he's a lock. I feel like he's a lock, but
I do too. That's going to be a big key for who you put on your 53, because that's one big spot that it's going to take away from someone that's going to make a little bit of a surprise, I believe. But
right now, flipping to when we talked about Alec, right? Alec just like, bro, Vampire Granger. The dilemma I have here with him, I think that there's something there. I think that he's good. I don't want to continue to waste his rookie contract if we're not going to play him. But at the same time, I don't want to give up on that depth, because I do think he can come in and give you – I do think he can come in and get you through a couple of games at center. I'd love to see him actually get snaps against somebody's ones. That would really, I'd be happy to see that. With some of these offensive linemen going down, so many of these linemen across the league going down, and then there's just not enough really good depth. There's just not a lot of good offensive linemen available. Would you make VPG available to a team, I don't know, like the Chargers, who lost their center? The Ravens also lost a center for the rest of the year. And and then there's just other teams that you never know what's going to happen the rest of this week, or just in general,
Yep.
What do you think?
Van Granger, I mean, especially the fact that McGovern he's slated to come back week 1. Right. But how healthy he's going to be, does anything re-injure? I mean, I agree with you, Whittle. I don't want to just give up on. I'm not going to just trade him just to trade him, right? It's got to be a move that makes sense for something we could use now, or identify some other gaps, maybe in our depth, somewhere else. I mean, is there anybody else? I mean, do you feel Cushenberry would make the roster? You think you're confident? Maybe let's say we did move. Van Granger, you feel Cushenberry is adequate enough as our backup if we did make that move?
I think the team feels that way. He didn't play at all against the Browns, so
no, he did not.
Right. I think that means, to me, that means they have him locked in as the starter week 1 if McGovern can't go.
Good point. Yeah, because they don't want him to get hurt. So,
right. So that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, I could see a potential trade, but again, you can never have enough depth in this league. If you can, I mean, Randy, you're right. It is a rookie deal. You don't want to waste them. But when you're in your Super Bowl window, Whittle, every detail matters, right? Every little detail matters. I'm not giving stuff away here to say, hey, let's just look for flexibility in a couple of years. Now, I'm really not worried about that right now, right? We need to put our best foot forward at every position possible going into 2026. So I do agree, but it'll be interesting. I think let me ask you this. By this time next week, or maybe by the weekend, has Brandon Beane made a trade of some sort?
Yes.
And all right, I'll take step 2. What position do you think he targets to bring in if you had to handicap it?
I don't know that he brings anything in.
Yeah.
I think we trade guys out.
Okay.
Now, I mean, listen, I think DeMar Hamlin's a special teams guy.
Yes.
Geno Stone's awful. Every time I go back and watch, no. I mean, I get it. He had a bunch of picks with the Ravens like 3 years ago, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. He was.
I mean, now
awful.
Leonard
was awful.
Yeah, Leonard gushed about him in his press conference this week. Stone.
I don't know why. He was.
I don't know
awful.
why either. Yes.
Maybe they're trying to. Maybe he's trying to hype him up to move him because he was awful, bro. He was awful.
Yeah.
I didn't. There were multiple plays where I felt like Geno Stone was either late in reacting or just missed it completely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on him, man.
He didn't do enough to win a spot, right? He didn't show that, yes, you have to keep him, right, against a guy like DeMar. I think DeMar did enough to retain where he is at this point, if I had to handicap it.
Yeah. If he was to bring somebody in, I would think it's a linebacker. I think he would trade or sign a linebacker. Because that's the room I'm mostly nervous about. I don't know how you feel, but I think everywhere else, like I'm good. Like the defensive line, yeah, I'm straight. Like if something were to happen to Dion, Greg Gaines, and Carter, I think, and when Mathis comes back from his 3-game suspension, like that trio of guys, I think is good enough to get us through a few weeks or whatever it is. If Ed were to go down, we do have TJ Sanders. We have, I think Zane Durant played pretty well.
He did
as well. And I was high on him on draft day as well. I was very excited when we picked him up. I'm good there. Like if CJ can't go, Hancock can get in there. DeMar, I would be comfortable with DeMar playing one game. I would hate it for it to be against the Texans, but I get it. Kilgore, we drafted, who we haven't seen a ton of. I'm okay there too. Like I think we're fine. Corner, I'm good on corner. I love our corner depth right now. We do have to talk about that because I don't think Soriano Pride makes the team.
I don't either. I think he's a practice squad. And do you think that what's his name? Why is his name escaping me at the moment?
Benai Walker.
Yes, thank you. Do you think he's done enough to make the 53?
Yep.
I would tend to agree with you on that. But that's going to be a very interesting battle right there. You were talking about the linebackers. Now, listen to Joe Brady today, or his press conference this week. Folks says offensive outside linebackers a strength on the team, which I would tend to agree. If all things break right with Chubb and with what we got out there, it can be a strength, especially if Group, makes that adjustment, and Parker plays well, and Solomon keeps showing what he's showing. Yeah, we can. The inside linebacker position, Leonard says it's a toss-up between Dorian and Caleb right now. Might be a rotation. Said I don't have a winner yet for that, so I would anticipate they're still trying to figure that out. But I guess is that like if you had to bring a linebacker in, Whittle, would it be on the outside or inside, or you feel where do you feel like your level of comfortability is less in terms of what we have at linebacker?
Say that one more time.
Oh, no, I know it's a little bit weird the way I said it. But considering our outside linebacking group, we have, for example, we have Chubb and we have, what's his name? I just said his name and it's escaping me at the moment. But we have Chubb, we have Rousseau, Michael Hoyt,
yeah.
Hoyt when he's ready, Parker and Solomon. Inside Bernard, Dorian Williams, Elam Zor, maybe Buffalo Joe. We'll see if he makes the roster.
He played well against the Browns. I thought he was good against the Browns.
I think he's another guy that went out there and might have won a spot
Yep.
in the 53. He's also good on special teams. Again, you can't undervalue special teams. I mean, a lot of fans do it, but these teams are so close, Little. You and I both know it. The littlest things can lose you games. We've seen it before with our own team. Denver, 12 men on the field. Do we even need to go down that road? Yeah, things like that. So,
God, no.
But we don't open that up again. The biggest space ever we saw after a game was that game. If you wrote that one, I'll always remember that. Yeah, like 1,000 people in there. But I digress. But I guess if you had to pick outside or inside, like, where would you want to upgrade? Like, where do you feel like we need something at linebacker?
This what scares me. 3rd and 6. I know that they're looking for Dorian or Caleb Elam-Zor because those are their weak links. They are. If everybody's healthy, everybody in the defense is healthy, they are looking for them, and they are going to attack them with a slot receiver or a receiving tight end or a receiving back, like a pass catching, predominantly receiver tight end more so than a blocking tight end. Like they're gonna run this. Like this is what takes me back to 2023. Patriots, Buffalo. In New England, they picked on Dorian Williams over and over and over. It was Mike Gesicki and Bob Douglas over and over and over. Anytime they needed a first down, they threw the football right at Dorian Williams. Wherever he was, whoever man he was responsible for, that was the guy getting the football. Mac Jones carved us up that game, but that was a lot. Like they kept drives going because of Dorian's inability to really be good in coverage. So I'm seeing a ton of similarities between that Dorian Williams and Caleb Elam-Zor right now, as well as Dorian Williams got better, but he's still not where we need him to be.
I agree.
I was talking to I thought about potentially trying to get Terrell Dodson back from the Dolphins.
Oh,
he's hurt.
Okay.
He's hurt. So that's probably out of the question right now. I love Jermaine Pratt. I think if Jermaine Pratt's there, he's excellent from a zone coverage standpoint. I think he'd be really good from a zone coverage standpoint. Just like having a mind or just able to really like process what's happening and make the right, he knows what to do. And he's just a guy that always finds the football. My issue though now becomes when we're in situations where we are blitzing and he's got to cover a guy one-on-one, can he do it? I don't know because he's older.
Yep.
Shaq Thompson's still out there. The problem is, I think Shaq wants more money than what Brandon Beane's comfortable paying. And sometimes Beane, you got to overpay, bro. This might be one of those times. I'd be really this is what separates, in my opinion, what separates Buffalo from the teams that win it all, the teams that get it done. Go back to the Seattle Seahawks in that Super Bowl. Who was the weak link on defense?
For Seattle?
Yeah. There's only one.
Not much, right? Was it linebacker? Or did they have some
Tariq Woolen?
Yeah.
Quarterback too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even. And he's no longer on the team. Like he's in Philly now.
No. Yep.
But they were able to mitigate it. They were able to mitigate the damage that he could cause.
Yeah.
By being poor in their scheme because they kept getting to the quarterback. Now, we might be able to get to the quarterback this year because of the personnel and the changes, but Reek Woolen is the boundary corner. So his man He's got like 2 seconds before he's really got to worry about the ball coming his way, right?
Yep.
The linebackers don't have that. That ball's coming out quicker. So you got to make the right decision over and over and over in order to stop the play coming at you. I don't trust these guys.
I agree. And, even Leonard said they're kind of cut from the same cloth. Elabzor and Dory was, which I really wasn't too thrilled to hear because I was hoping. Now, we did see, do you remember that clip of Elabzor where he was covering James Cook, go toe for toe? But that doesn't necessarily mean he's really going to be great coverage, right, Whittle? That's a totally different. Yeah, because maybe that gave. I was looking maybe he's going to be a good coverage linebacker. But you're saying he's more like Dorian in that case.
Yeah,
where he needs improvement. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't believe. I personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's going to be good at coverage.
Yeah,
I think if we play against he might be okay against the Texans, maybe because but who they going to
brought up a great point. You already got me.
Noel is super fast, bro.
Whittle, you already got me going. They get about 3rd and 6, getting aggravated when they get 7 yards on it. I'm with you. Yeah, that's a major pain point.
I don't want that. So that's where I'm at.
And listen, that's what decides games in this league, especially these kind of matchups. I mean, you look back. How many spaces have we had where we've talked about certain plays like that in certain games that have just burned us for the 1 seed or burned us in the playoffs?
How many spaces we had talking about we can't get off the field on 3rd down? So, I don't want to go through that. The Texans don't have holes on their defense. They don't. You just have to beat your guy. Just has to be better than their guy.
Yep.
A couple times a game, and you got to hit every time that they are. You got to take advantage of it. If you don't, you're going to lose.
Yep. And we got to be smart with the football. No Josh Hero in this game. I need methodical 240 yards, couple touchdowns, stay away from picks, just get rid of the ball. Don't get sacked 7 times.
Yep. You see what happened with the Rams? The Rams lost last year because they couldn't stop JSN.
Yeah.
What'd they do? Went out and traded for McDuffie and Jalen Watson. They went out and got Myles Garrett. We're gonna get to the quarterback, and we're gonna improve our ability to cover on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the weakness is, Brandon Bean. Fix it. The weakness right now is linebacker in coverage, opposite of Terrell Bernard. Go fix it. There are guys out there that we can fix this.
Yeah.
I'd be way more comfortable if they did.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could trade Dorian Williams for such a guy. Who knows? I mean, if somebody's looking for that kind of player, we have Caleb Ermzor. They seem to love him. Just keep him around and get me that better type of linebacker to complement him.
Now, I will say this. Andreessen looked good in pass coverage.
He did. Yeah.
That was against the Browns, though. Let's see what happens this week tomorrow against the Steelers.
Yep.
Let's see.
Well, Browns do have weapons on their roster. Quarterback's a messy issue right now. But other than that they have – I mean, their weapon room is actually very, very good. I mean,
it is.
You put Josh Allen on that team's a Super Bowl contender immediately. As crazy as it sounds.
Maybe. Offensive line. Yeah, their offensive line is not there. Right.
It's that's true.
Maybe years ago, if you put Josh Allen on that team in 2022, 2021, you're probably talking about a team that's going to win the Super Bowl. Definitely, I think they made the playoffs 2022. I think that was the year.
The Browns line's not Commanders bad, but it's not that far away.
Gee, that was terrible. Remember, you see that report, bro? Inoperable.
I did.
I've never heard of an offensive line.
An offensive line called inoperable at the pro level.
Bad.
I mean, maybe high school level, Whittle. Those games that are lopsided. Maybe it's inoperable. This is
you talk about bad machines like that. That's what's inoperable. Bad machines are like
you're in the military and you're working on a piece of equipment, right? And it's inoperable.
It's inoperable.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You dead that's a deadline truck. It's over.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're scavenging that for for parts and things that we need.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Give me 1 second.
Jade Daniels, man. You better take cover. All right, Whittle will be right back. So, anybody in the group chat, please give us your opinions on any surprises in your 53. Anything you want to bring to the table? Because by this time next week, we will have our 53-man roster set. And Whittle and I, of course, will go through that. But anything you see out there that would be a surprise come this Monday. So, and again, we got this game against the Steelers tomorrow night at the new stadium. One more sort of soft opening for the new stadium tomorrow. See how the turf holds up tomorrow. Josh had some interesting thoughts about the turf. He said he's had a lot of sleepless nights up sliding on the artificial stuff, and said he can't sleep. He says if I could snap a finger, every stadium would be grass. I agree with him on that. I mean, I think he's right, but we'll see how the turf holds up to the new grass holds up tomorrow in its second go around. So it wasn't great the first time, but I'm sure they'll work out some kinks there on that.
Yeah, bro. Once he said that, like he talked about the issues with the turf and all of that. Once he said that, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I got it.
They'll get it fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that we'll make sure we hold on to this grass, man. So we make sure we take out our quarterback, bro.
Yep. Jim Leonard also said he's not sure if he's going to be up top or on the field when the season starts, but I guess it went well. He said it really well being up top. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if there's an advantage to one way or the other. He says he can see things better at the top. I would probably rather be up top, Whittle. I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like you can see things more clearly that way, but
he said he's going to stay up top.
I think he's gonna give it another try maybe this week and see how it is and decide what he's gonna do. So
I would prefer him on the field.
You like on the field better?
The flow of the game, like the like being there, the competitive juices flow out. Like not that he's not competitive in the booth, but I think being on the ground and getting real time information from the guys on the field. Because they may see something that you're not seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Fair point. And I was curious what you thought on that. Do you think feel the same way in offense too, or just more on defense in that scenario? I guess probably equally.
Maybe offensively. I like Joe Brady calling the plays from the field too.
Yeah.
I mean, Dayball called plays from the field he did call it from the booth as well, but
a little bit.
I don't know, man.
It's interesting.
I just would prefer. I prefer these guys.
Yep. I just had a weird question for you too about we've seen some joint practices lately, right? And I don't know about you, but I think the joint practices are actually more compelling than the preseason games half the time. I would love to see the NFL pivot more to some of these and maybe just sell tickets for them and kind of get away from the typical preseason. I know that they won't, but
I don't know that they're going to do that because of, what is it? Like there's like a competitive edge, right? So there's only so much you want to show and things like, I don't know, man. I mean, wait, no, they do have tickets for the practices. They do.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm sure it's for joint practices as well.
Yeah, I wonder if So, here's something else, Whittle, and this happened just today. The Pro Bowl is no longer. So,
man, good riddance, bro. Good riddance.
Good riddance. Whittle says bye to the Pro Bowl.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I think you know what, Whittle. When we were kids, especially, I'm older than you. In this case, but when I was a kid, the baseball all-star game, the Pro Bowl, the NBA all-star game, these things were big events. You know why? Because we didn't get a chance to see a lot of these players all the time, right? When I was a young Knicks fan growing up and they were awful at the guard, those days, and you got a chance to see like a Laker in an all-star game or something. You didn't see them on TV a lot. So it was kind of exciting, even for the football guys, right? But now we see these teams all the time. Everybody sees them all the time. I think the concept is outdated. They don't, you know what I mean? But I do think they should do something interactive for the fans at a very high level to get eyeballs on some kind of product that they could put together, some kind of entertainment, maybe involving Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Maybe they give away hey, we're going to give away, 100 gift cards for $250 to NFL.com or something, right? To people at home or something, maybe TikTok or something. You know what I mean? They could do something like that. Get people in there. People always take a chance to win something, right, Whittle? They'll always watch something. So if they do that,
sure.
maybe it's a way you could kind of celebrate the Pro Bowlers. Maybe you can announce them and have some kind of analyze. You could do something with flair. You don't have to play a game anymore. So that's my comment. I'm with you. Good riddance, but I do think it opens an opportunity to really make it a different type of event. But also maybe do something more for the fans and get some advertising can pay for it, no problem. In this day and age, you can stream it on Netflix. You can do whatever you want at this point. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm over I've been over the Pro Bowl, bro. I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in. I can't even remember the last time I watched the Pro Bowl.
Since they played in Hawaii,
at least. Yeah, it's been like 50. It's probably been 15, 20 years, bro, since I watched the Pro Bowl.
If you forget more football than I watch half the time, so that tells me something. Especially college and NFL. Well, you do. That's what I want our listeners to understand, especially as we go through the season and we get into the off season. This is where you want to be. So as we break down the next set of players coming in next year, we got a long time before that. So tomorrow,
go ahead.
No Josh tomorrow. Obviously, that's what Brady made that very clear.
Right.
So we're not going to see. I mean, we'll see some starters. He said you have to play some starters tomorrow, but some other interesting battles that we'll see. So I think we've covered quite a bit. I was trying to see if there was anything else that we may have missed, but I don't really believe we have. I think the big thing is, are we going to keep a fullback? Because that could open up a spot. Are we going to, is Michael, now he said Michael Hoyt, he mentioned is he going to play tomorrow? By the way?
I think he might. Like they've been really they've been really like chill with him.
Yeah.
But I think he might play. I do. I think he might play.
Yep. Michael, game's 7 p.m. tomorrow, 4 o'clock for us West Coasters tomorrow.
Eastern time, baby.
Yep.
7 p.m. Eastern time, baby.
Yep. 4 o'clock for us stragglers here on the West. So I already got recording going, so we're ready to go. That's funny. Matt Dygert's putting a bunch of comments in the live chat on Twitter. I don't see anything on that on my end here. So
yeah, I'm not seeing it.
I just wanted to call
either.
out Matt. Yeah, so Matt, I'm not sure what's happening, but and I said, I'm sorry you're not seeing him. So I was like, too bad, because I'm sure maybe that's why. Maybe some are trying to make comments. Who knows? Maybe X is having a problem. So, but if so, come to our YouTube page and like and subscribe, please.
X is always having a problem.
I know. Well, yeah. Ever since they named it X.
It's good, but it's not. It's good.
It's like the guilty. Yeah, it's something you got to stick with. I still like some things about it, but some things I'm like, whatever. I just, so I get to talk to everybody like you and everybody, Leishan and Dale. I'm good. I'm pretty good with it.
Let's see. We talked about. I mean, do you want to talk about the punt? I don't think we need to talk about punters.
Not really. I mean,
we drafted Domain. He's going to punt. I think he's going to punt.
Agree.
He's got to go out there tomorrow and shank like 2 in a row, and then
he would have to lose it.
Right, he's not ready. Yeah,
he would. Yeah, he would have to lose it. But listen, is it important? Yes, especially since we're playing early, right off the bat, week 1. So, I mean, I can't stress it enough how important field position is going to be in that game, and Tyler Bass being on point is going to be very important, because it could be like, a 22-19 type game. It could be something like that.
You think so? I don't think so.
I think it's probable. It's not. I just don't know if I see a lot of fireworks in the game unless there's a lot of turnovers. That's the big thing.
Well, I think the Bills. I think in these preseason games, you realize how much better the depth is.
What's up, Cable?
This year from what it was, right? Like we aren't playing starters, and listen, if they go out there and they punch on the Steelers, then that makes me feel really, really good about the depth. I'm super interested to see the roster construction difference between Brady and McDermott. Yeah, me too. Especially in areas like how many corners do we keep? How many safeties? And you know what nobody talks about when it comes to the safeties? Sam Franklin is going to make this team because of his special teams. That's a safety spot that we don't really talk a lot about. He's going to make this team because of what he does on special teams. So that's one extra safety spot that we don't have available for anybody else. I think we're taking 6 corners, and I don't think Toriano Pride is one of them. I think it's Hancock, Alford, Benford, Hairston, IGB, and Kanai Walker. I think it is.
I agree. You don't think there's any shot that Toriano Pride makes the roster based on being a draft pick? But he's played well. I mean, he's been solid, but has he done enough?
Has he? He's missed tackles.
Yeah.
He's been beat, and it's not his fault. He's small,
Mm-hmm.
He's a little guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we keep 6. I think we keep 6 receivers, man. Honestly, I think we keep 6.
Yep, I agree.
Because you gotta have. Actually, we don't need to keep 6. We really only need to keep 5. We don't need to keep 6.
Yeah. Maybe for the special teams we do.
Well, what worries me is the Keon injury. Like, I don't know. And Skylar Bell's been banged up too. So what if we get into a game and lose both those guys, and we're down to literally 3?
Then I don't think week 1 we're going to do that. I think we're going to go with 6.
I think so too.
Yep.
All right, brother. I think that's. I think we're about to wrap it up.
Yeah, the hour flies by or more, so we have arrived, and so we got the Pittsburgh game tomorrow, 7:00 at the new Highmark. Look forward to that. Then we'll have our roster cut down 53. Next week, Whittle will be able to really go through our 53 and start preparing. And this is another thing too. By the way, this is Digert Undercover. I would like to see pick up anyone and pick anyone up on surprise cuts. I agree. I mean, that's something else. We'll see if we have any pickups. Maybe we'll have some news that night. Maybe it'll be something that goes down next week, and we can
hopefully
start.
Hopefully it's a coverage linebacker.
Yep. We could pivot for you Friends fans to Bills and the Texans about 2 weeks after that. So we'll have plenty to set up. And then the following Wednesday, we'll preview the season a little. We'll do our Super Bowl picks, all that good stuff, parlay up picks, right? I'm sure just some ideas I'm throwing out there. We're going to have a game going on for our podcast that night, by the way. The first game, Seattle, San Francisco, right? Kicks off Wednesday night, right? I believe it's Wednesday night. Or
no, not next week.
No, the Wednesday after.
Oh yeah.
So unusual that we usually don't have a game going on, but we'll have a game on the screen. So it'll be pretty. It's going to be awesome.
We might have to not have the pod that week.
We could do it too. Maybe we can move it. We'll talk to our team, but look out for that. We'll see if there's a scheduling change.
Yeah, I don't want to go up against the first game of the season. Nah, I'm good.
I agree.
Plus, I want to watch that game. That's Patriots Seattle, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because the international game is the one in Australia. That one's not first,
Thursday?
Right? It's Thursday, right? Yeah, I think so.
I have to
we'll have to check the schedule. Yeah. But so we'll have to look for some possible changes that week. Little and I will speak about it, but we'll definitely put it out there. So again, like and subscribe to Do Champions. Who will win, Steelers or Bills? Well, I'm going with the Bills a little, but
Yeah, it's a preseason game. We're at home. Skylar Bell's playing. I think we win.
Yep.
Kyle Allen's playing. Skylar
Yep.
Bell's playing. Jamori Macklin's playing, and the Steelers secondary without their starters, I don't think is very good. So
no,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see Drew Aller on their side has looked really well. Played very well from their former Penn Stater, which I really like that pick for the Steelers. I think that's a very intriguing option long term. But we'll see if that happens. But yeah, hopefully. And this is the other big thing, Whittle, tomorrow. Let's leave healthy tomorrow night. Especially our depth. Let's say hopefully everybody stays healthy, and then we can let's get some clarity on our decisions one way and another. So it make it a lot easier. Some guys step up, win those jobs, right? That's what they're gonna. Like Jim Leonard said, this is the toughest week of the year right now. He said this is the hardest week in the NFL because guys' livelihoods are on the line here, right? Even Joe Brady's talked about that. He said that's why he's got to put his best foot forward. I mean, those things are so I think it's probably the toughest week for the organization because how many conversations is Brandon Beane going to have with guys that don't make the roster, right? That's tough. I mean, that's really difficult. These are really, really good players when you get to this point. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see how it all shakes out. But Whittle.
Me too, bro. Yo,
did you see real quick? Yeah, sure.
Did you see the clip of Antonio Williams destroying Kyle Hamilton and
no, I did not.
Nate Wiggins? Yeah. Check the chat, bro. It's in the chat, man.
Okay.
Bro, I wanted Antonio. I wanted Antonio Williams so bad, bro.
Why did we not take? I mean, Skylar Bell better be good. That's all I'm gonna say, Whittle. I'm with you on that. Right. I didn't love the Skylar Bell pick, but I was just okay. We'll see. That's where I was at with that. But yeah, I was.
You could have gave me Barry and Brown. I would have been happy. I would have been super happy with Barry and Brown. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with you.
And listen, Barry and Brown, good receiver. Good receiver? Not inconsistent hands. I will say that top end speed is electric. The kid can fly, and he can and he returns, and he's a return guy too. So would have loved to have gotten him. That would have been perfect. I think it would have fit exactly what we were trying to do, but whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
We move forward.
We do. Yep, we'll see what we got. So, all right, Whittle. Well, enjoy the game tomorrow, everybody. Thank you to you as well as always, Whittle. It's great to do these each and every week. We'll have some great shows coming up, especially when the season gets rolling. So, excited to get the ball rolling here. So, without further ado, we'll call it a week, and we'll see you here all next week as we prepare for week 1.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.